If it is or if it ain't, it's going to come out. Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is November the 26th, 2022, and today the topic is dreams. Happy Saturday, y'all. Happy Saturday. I hope that you all had a great day yesterday. Mine was just fine. Thank you to those of you all that watched the GSL talk show last night. I hope that you all found it informative listening to Mr. Joshua and Miss Jessica last night. Powerful couple with the powerful testimony, and yeah, man, I hope that you all enjoyed that conversation. If you guys did not get a chance to see or hear it, then go over to godsexandlove.com because it should be our feature video for the next week. So, all right, well, as for me yesterday, let me just say real quick what happened. So long story short, the old Happy Says crew, we went to go hang out with my in-laws yesterday evening. So we kind of slept in and then got ready to go over there, and all we did was kind of, eat some leftover Thanksgiving food and watch movies, and that's what it was, man. But yep, it was a nice little evening, and yep, nothing too much to share about that. At least not as interested as what the Lord has shared with me this morning. So if I feel led to talk about that more later, then I'll do that in the after show. Let's get into this thing about dreams, y'all. Listen, okay. So first of all, the other day I told y'all I was watching Miss Dana Ray, and she mentioned, I don't know if it was the same episode that I was telling y'all about the other day, or if it was a different video, because I'll check in on her or whatever, and I'll be watching some of the videos that come up on my feed when I'm scrolling sometimes. And so I watched a video where she was talking about dreams and, how we need to be more diligent about, writing them down, all kinds of things like that. And me and her actually had a conversation about a week or so ago where, I feel like she has a good handle on interpreting her dreams. And so I just was kind of trying to see if I could get some wisdom and knowledge in the way that I interpret my dreams and everything like that. I mean, I think I get a little bit of an understanding sometimes. And so I ended up downloading this dream app. It's supposed to be a biblical dream app. But I just find that thus far, as I use it, I just find that like different things that stand out to me in my dreams isn't necessarily in that app. So I went back to Old Faithful this morning, which is this website called Dream Moods. That again, take everything with a grain of salt now. You know what I mean? Don't, I think focusing more so on what I share with y'all today is more important. But I feel like Dream Moods has helped me over the years get some understanding about my dreams. Especially the ones that seem kind of wacky. So I'm throwing it out there just in case somebody needs a resource or something like that to just get you started in regards to interpreting your dreams. But yeah, I would say that, looking up my different, the things that stood out to me in my dream on dreammoves.com has assisted me with understanding. So I'm just, like I said, putting it out there as an option. Not say believe everything it says, X, Y, and Z. I'm just saying that it's been an option for me, and it's helped me over the years. And it helped me this morning. It helped me this morning more so than the app that I downloaded. So we'll see when it comes to all of that. I must have woken up around 10:55 last night because I did remember trying to look up the number in the Strongs, which ended up being in the Biblical Dream app because they have a very similar logos or whatever. But anywho, um, so yeah, that's something I looked up as well, and it was kind of leading me to those books of the Bible that was taken out and stuff like that. So I was like, well, maybe I'm not supposed to focus on that. The time that I woke up. At least last night, I went back. I woke up. I was trying to look up 10:55, and then I went back to sleep, and then got this wacky dream that I don't know if I'm gonna share. We will see because it might just be for me or whatever. But it's very interesting. Like as soon as I woke up this morning, I just typed out the things that I remembered. And then eventually I started to look up those things. Like I said, I tried looking them up in the app, and then ultimately I went to Dream Moods and looked them up there. And the more that I was looking up different words and stuff, the more like the dream started to make a little bit more sense and everything like that. And I just was like, well, okay, because it seems like confirmation of some things, and I'm just like, well, if that's what you feel, Lord, um, then it seems like I need to be walking more in my authority. And I say more in a childlike authority. Now, yes, I'm picking on the word authority just in case somebody don't know. Yeah, and like a childlike authority. Because the end of my dream, there was a little girl. See here, I guess I'm sharing it with y'all. At the end of the dream, there was a little girl, and she was looking at Baby Shark or something, which I'm just to tell y'all what was happening in the dream. So she was looking at Baby Shark, but she was telling us or me or whoever, she was telling us that what she saw was human looking demons. And of course people, I guess, that was questioning that or whatever. And so she spoke to the Baby Shark characters or whatever and basically commanded them to reveal themselves, and they did. And then that's when I woke up. And so I feel like, in my little humble opinion, when I'm interpreting what I came across this morning and stuff, I feel like, from what I'm understanding, that was me or is me. And again, like the childlike faith, the childlike, yeah, I just put it like that, childlike faith. And but with authority, over that which we have authority over, which is demons and all that other stuff. So that's one of the main parts that really stood out. I mean, there were some other things that was in it that again, Dream Moods helped me to understand on a different level. And so yeah, I think yeah, I think that's what my dream is leading me towards. But let's talk about dreams though, y'all, because I mean, again, my homegirl Miss Dana Ray was discussing this, and then as soon as like I finished interpreting my dream or getting an understanding about my dream, I really felt led to start looking up verses centered around dreams, and so that's what I did. Started looking up the verses, y'all, and they were not only resonating but being very like, ooh, this seems like this might be an important word. So this is what I got this morning. We talking about dreams, y'all. That was the inspiration and everything like that. And so let's get into it. Okay. Acts 2:17. It says, and in the last days it shall be, God declares, that I will pour out my spirit on all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. Friends, I mean, just like Miss Dana Ray was saying the other day, and I guess I'm reiterating this, this dream thing is important. It seems like, again, it's saying here plainly that in the last days that God is going to be pouring out his spirit in this form of dreams and visions and everything like that. And it's far as what I'm looking at, it's for everybody, both men and women, young and old. And I mean, I guess now I'm seeing in this moment now that the only group that isn't quote unquote named is older women, but I mean, because it says your daughters, so that makes you think about younger women. But still, I'm still going to just say that, and this is just me. So I'm not, I'm still going to say that this is saying that it's both for men and women, young and old. And because this is such a important, I guess, lines of communication. And the other thing that was on my mind is resource for us as believers. Just like again, Miss Dana Ray was saying, we need to take it a little bit more seriously. Like again, I know I was sharing with her about a week or so ago that like, sometimes I can remember my dreams enough to write down notes about it, and then sometimes, you know, I have the dream and it goes or whatever. And so, um, yeah. And so I know I was telling her that day, I was like, I think and feel like I need to be more diligent about like making sure I remember the dreams or write them down or whatever the case is. Because again, maybe they're important to share, but then at the same time, maybe, the Lord is trying to tell me something, warnings, preparations, whatever it may be. And so, um, I definitely see and hear a lot of this. There's definitely a lot of people on YouTube and everybody that's like they having all these dreams and, prophecies and everything like that. People are receiving and everything. And so, I'm saying that this verse seems to be very true. That is happening and it's happening now. And so we just need, if you're receiving dreams, if you are seeing visions, whatever the case is, again, let's be more diligent about the things that we are seeing. Let's make sure we have a good understanding. So then that way we can walk accordingly and everything like that. Let me keep going. Ecclesiastes 5 and 9. Or possibly 5 and 7. Y'all can look in the show notes about which one it is. But anywho, it says, "For when dreams increase and words grow many, there is vanity. But God is the one you must fear." So there you go, y'all. That's where it started to get real for me in regards to like when I was studying this morning. That's when it started to be like, you know what? This is what we need to more so focus on than anything. Yeah, it's cool to get a little dream, and yeah, it's cool to get some understanding. Like I said, go to dreammoves.com and figure some stuff out and look up the themes and look up the topics and get an understanding and everything like that. But ultimately, we need to be praying. We need to be seeking the Lord about the things. That's why I say I take dream moves and all that stuff with a grain of salt. Like I as I read the different things, um, if it's not confirmed in my heart and mind, I feel like from the Lord, then I just move on from whatever that is saying, and then either keep looking, um, in the explanation, for whatever fits me in my situation and what the Lord is trying to show me, or maybe I need to look up a different word or something like that. And that was actually there was a moment that I ended up looking in the thesaurus for another way to say the word that I was trying to say and things like that. So I mean, you never know. You might need to go deeper when it comes to the interpretation aspect, unless the Lord just put it on your heart and mind what the interpretation is. Maybe you don't need any assistance or whatever. That's the thing. Seek the Lord for the interpretation is my ultimate thing that I am sharing right now, and that's not foreign. That's not a foreign idea, because let's check this out, y'all. Genesis 40 and 8. It says, "They said to him, 'We have had dreams, and there is no one to interpret them.' And Joseph said to them, 'Do not interpretations belong to God? Please tell them to me.'" And so, yeah, I mean, I think we're familiar with this, y'all. Y'all know about Joseph and how he was having dreams and whatnot, and his brothers set him up and, sent him off to be a servant or slave elsewhere in another country. And then at some point, he ended up in jail, and he's with these two, like a baker and a butler, I think it was, something like that. And they both had dreams or whatever, but they didn't understand them and stuff. And this is his response to them. So what really stood out to me this morning is the part that says, "Do not interpretations belong to God?" So again, as we seek wisdom and for interpreting the dreams that God is going to send us, right? The dreams and visions, because it says here plainly that it's happening. It behooves us not to just float with the wind, to actually seek the Lord for the wisdom, the interpretation, and everything like that. Deuteronomy 13:3, it says, "Thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet or that dreamer of dreams, for the Lord your God proveth you to know whether ye love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul." So this is kind of deep. Actually, I took it out of one of the verses that, or the section that I put in the Go Deeper section for you all to peruse and read, because I mean I ended up reading the pretty much the entire Deuteronomy 13 because it just was really standing out to me this morning. But I just took that one verse out to show that, like, again, we can't just hang on every word. We gotta, like, test the spirits and everything like that. And in this particular verse, it was talking about, people that are dreaming dreams and they do these miracles, they do these fantastical things, but then they try to lead people astray by pointing them to, another false god or something like that. And so it's telling us here that we don't need to be following or hearkening to these words of these people. And and that's a way to really show if you really hear and love the Lord, to know if these false prophets, quote unquote, are leading you astray from the Lord. And so yeah, I mean that's it's very important, because again, there are a lot of people out here that say they got dreams, they got visions, they telling you, X, Y, and Z. But again, you'll know them by their fruit. Are they pointing you towards Jesus? Are they, yeah, yeah. Is any of it pointing you towards Christ, or is it pointing you away from Christ? Those are things to keep into our hearts and mind as we go into this season of dreams and visions and everything like that. I hope that these things encourage you and inspire you to not only hear my testimony, but to hear what the word has to say about dreams and whatnot. Because, I mean, it'll come, and then sometimes the dreams itself can be a little bit, like, scary or something. Like, maybe it's something where he's like, ooh, like, okay, finally, I guess I'll tell this part of my dream. And so earlier in the dream, apparently, if I'm not mistaken, it was me and a friend of mine had both gotten shot. I got shot in my shoulder in the dream. But somehow we patched ourselves. We was fine or whatever. So much so where, like, throughout the dream, I was not boasting, but it was like kind of joking, like, oh, I survived, da 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 da. Who would have thought I would have survived the bullet, whatever. And that by itself sounds like scary, you know what I mean? I don't want to sit here and think about, getting shot, in real life, you know what I'm saying? Like, so again, like, if you just think about, like, the particular dream or whatever the thing is, it can be like something that might be a little bit disturbing, and you're like, Lord, like, are you trying to tell me I'm gonna be shot? Again, sometimes you look at things at face value, but again, as I go deeper with the research and looking into, like, what like Dream Moons had to say, they were talking about how the shoulder represented certain things, being shot represented certain things, and it made it more sense to me, and because of my particular situation and everything like that. So it wasn't necessarily the action of being shot, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, I was shot. It was like something else deeper was going on through this visual of me being shot in the shoulder particularly, you know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, like, let's not be afraid of, the way that God presents whatever it is to us, and things like that. Maybe again, it's time to draw nearer to him, seek him for the wisdom, use tools and resources that are available and everything like that. And again, ultimately lean and depend on him to interpret the dream for you all. And that's the juice. That's the juice. I mean, again, go deeper. Plenty of verses in the go deeper section to, again, show us the importance of not only the dreams, but then, again, where we're seeking the wisdom from and things like that. And like I said, Deuteronomy 13, like, reading that entire thing can be beneficial as well. And yeah, I hope that you all take the time to do all of that, because, again, this whole thing about dreams seems to be very important. Anywho, the Bible verse of today is Numbers 6:24-26. It says, "The Lord bless thee and keep thee. The Lord make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. The Lord lift lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow. No, sorry. I look forward to talking to y'all on Monday, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. Are you engaged, married, separated? Friends, don't give up. Let no man separate what God has joined together, not even you. Transform your marriage and your idea of marriage today with Marriage Reignited. This program is an insightful look into marriage and what are the true needs of his and her. You guys can get a discount when you use Miracle Video or Miracle Combo. Miracle Video will get you $5 off of the video, and Miracle Combo will give you $10 off of the video and book. Check out marriagereignited.com for more information. That's MARRIEGNITED.com. And again, that's Miracle Video, MIRACLEVIDEO, or Miracle Combo, MIRACLECOMBO.